Hi, this is Broderick Boyd and Antia Boyd, Find the Right Partner experts, and today we're talking about The Bachelor. Particularly, we want to focus in on the relationship between Nick Viall and Vanessa. And in case you haven't watched this episode, basically what happened is Nick Viall and Vanessa were having conversations about their future, whether things were going to work out. And Nick said some interesting things such as, I'm very passionate, you're very passionate, we're both very passionate. How is this going to work out? Is this going to work out between us? Could we even sustain a relationship, or is it just going to explode? Is basically what he said. And she was, she had some concerns about that. He had some concerns about that. And basically they, are taking steps forward. But there's definitely, they're both kind of very anxious people and kind of very dramatic in a lot of ways in their relationships. And as the words he used, passionate. So, let's hear from the lovely Antia. What do you think is this all about?
Yes. So, in working with hundreds and hundreds of singles and single women, what we've seen over and over again is that, the word passion is really misunderstood. That oftentimes actually the anxious attachment style feels quote unquote passion and excitement and intention, right? But it's actually anxiety. And I think what Nick is really saying is, look, we're both anxious attachment styles and there's nobody secure. There's nobody grounding anything here, right? There's nobody like saying, okay, let's take a deep breath and move on. But instead of like what Brie just said, it's going to be just this explosion of anxiety, right? Like it's just going to tenfold. And there's nobody there who can just really reason in that moment, right? So he's really afraid of that, right? That they're both so emotional.
And rightly so.
Right, because one thing we always say is like if you're the same, you're actually not compatible, right? You need to be almost like to an extent opposite. I mean, it's like if somebody is anxious, you need a more secure, right? Which that's why my take is that Raven would be a better match for him, but we'll see what happens, right? But I thought that was like so significant. And you can already see that Nick knows what he needs. And you can even see that Vanessa also knows what she needs. But then there's, of course, this deep fear of abandonment that the anxious brings with him or her, right? So I think that's my prediction why they're still so drawn to each other, because they don't want to say goodbye. They don't want to feel like they're missed out, right?
Yeah, it really is. The way I view it, it's really like bringing in two ends of the same magnet. You push them together and they push apart, and you keep pushing them together and they push apart and push apart.
Yes.
But they can't really get too close because they drive each other. It won't work. They'll drive each other crazy. And so that is why we say if they're too similar, it's not going to work out. There has to be difference. And that goes for the attachment styles too. If both people are very, like Antia said, if both are very crazy, are passionate, anxious, it's just going to it's not going to fit. It's not a match. There has to be complementary elements within the relationship. There we go. Got complementary elements within the relationship so that it's actually going to be sustainable and going to last, and not like atomic bombs running into each other, and not like a nuclear reactor.
And what's happening right now is they both recognize the same wound in each other, right? So oftentimes people say karmic soulmates are really people who have gone through the same wound, right? So like, Vanessa has gone through a lot of rejection, so has Nick, right? So we don't know how that childhood went, but to really see like, wow, okay, they're like, I feel you, right? I've gone through the same pain, but at the same time knowing that, okay, I feel you, but it does not mean that I can actually hold your pain, right? Because secretly I want somebody who heals my pain, right? Who advances me, who I can evolve out of this, right? And if we're just both like, okay, I feel like we've gone through the same soul experience, does not necessarily mean, and oftentimes doesn't mean, that you actually meant for each other.
Yeah, and that also goes back to, again, the conversation we love of masculine, feminine dynamics. And it is kind of also like one person needs to be the pot, the container, and the other person can be the flower inside of the container, or the juice inside of the container. Or another analogy, one person needs to be the pool, and the other person is the water inside of the pool. The masculine and feminine dynamics. You can't just, if they're both water, the water goes everywhere. Or if there's just both pools, then there's nothing exciting about that. There's nothing to swim around in. and
Right.
play around in.
Right. So the more ego is involved, right, the more of a wrong decision you will make. So right now, there's a lot of ego involved, right? Like, I mean, Nick feels really flattered because he knows Vanessa really loves him, right? And Vanessa feels really flattered because she feels really sort of quote unquote, I don't know if she feels safe with Nick, but at least right now she feels really like this could be it, right? And that he's not going to reject her. But are they actually providing long-term safety for each other?
Yeah, so to wrap it up, we don't know who he's going to choose. We both feel if he does choose Vanessa, he's in for a not very long sustainable relationship. That's our prediction. So so hope this was helpful. This was our little breakdown analysis, and exciting to see what develops. So hope this was helpful for you. If you want to go deeper, we are both relationship experts. We specialize in helping single women and single men find the right partner to share their life with. Right now, we're currently offering a complimentary Find the Right Partner discovery session with either me for the men
Or me for the ladies.
for the ladies. So a very awesome session. We do have limited spots available for that, valued at $297, but today we're offering a complimentary. If you go to our website, findtheoneelite.com, findtheoneelite.com, you can book your session there, and we'd love to support you in finding your love, your partner for the rest of your life as well, and have a sustainable, happy relationship.
Yes, and don't forget, only complimentary is long-term sustainable.
Yes. Totally. So awesome. Well, we must send you much love. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Hope this video was helpful to you. And we'll talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.
Take care. Much love.
Mwah.